watched a recent episode. So
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna pose you a question. Like, do you believe in time travel?
Oh man, that is. I want to. I want to. I want to. If it like
So I watched a recent episode of
right,
his show, and here I'll send you a clip. He basically it's his 95 fight.
right.
I forgot who he's fighting, but in the crowd you see this guy flashing a light, and it looks like he literally has a smartphone in his hand. So like, to me, I don't know how the hell you Photoshop this or whatever. It looks pretty legit to me. But
Right.
like, if you play the clip, people can kind of see like what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So here's the clip that we're talking about from that fight.
Look at that. Come on, that's a phone.
Oh,
They had nothing
shit.
like that back then.
Come on, son. This is Photoshop.
This
That
ain't
shit-
Photoshop,
son,
man.
They got the
That's
words on
VHS.
all
You
of
can't
that.
you can't even Photoshop VHS, man.
Photoshop
Look at Tyson's part. Look at the fade, the high fade. That's all real.
You can Photoshop anything.
So Tyson there, man. That dude there too.
Don't worry about the time travel. Yo, look at that fade, though.
Right? Like his haircut's on point, so it has to be real. It's not Photoshop. But
like,
dude,
wild, man.
so that looks like someone has a Android smartphone with the flash going off in the crowd, and this is a VHS tape of a fight from 1995 or so, when people were carrying cameras like on their like a boom box.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just wondering, like, okay, one, it could be Photoshop. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know technology these days and them like magically putting some person there doing this, whatever. But
Right.
like, I find it kind of, I don't know. That seems weird. There's a lot of other like time travel pictures. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen them, but like, there's Greta Thunberg.
Yes. So I have some of these.
Well, yeah. Again, I don't know about the validity of this, but like, you can literally see like
The characteristics.
Dude, that legit looks like her. I'm not sure if, again, somebody photoshopped this thing, made her into a photo. I don't know. This, like, I came across it and I'm just like, dude. And there's the one famous picture where there's the guy standing in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's right there. If you go back.
Oh, sorry. So here we go. So this is the guy. This is like a list of kind of the best or most craziest images over time. So
Yeah.
here's a celebrity. We have Jimmy Fallon, and they kind of find an old picture from way back when of someone that looks exactly like him that isn't related to him. But let's go back up to the top here where we're talking about. So we have this one, the time traveling hipster.
Yeah, and I think like this one is like
It's from 1941.
in British Columbia, so it's in Canada as well.
And now we have everyone in a suit in all these fancy old school clothing, and this dude's just randomly just chilling. It looks like he's wearing a Batman shirt or something.
Yeah, look how modern the clothing is. His haircut looks pretty modern. The sunglasses. Like, how the hell is he there? Like, has this been debunked as being like Photoshop or something?
Not yet. We don't know. No one's claimed one or the other. No one's claimed that it's real, and no one's claimed that it's fake. And here's another one from old World Cup pictures from 1962 when Brazil won the World Cup. And we have a celebration here, and they're saying, if you look closely enough in the bottom center of the image, looks like someone with a mobile phone snapping a photo of the event.
Is it that thing above the guy's shorts or below the guy's shorts?
Right here, yeah.
I don't know, man. That might be a camera's like top thing.
Right.
That one's kind of like
that one's like hit or miss, right? So we'll skip this one. There's a Mohawk time traveler. I don't know if you've seen this one.
Where is he?
Let's see. The image from including workers in a banana boat delivering goods in 1905. If you look near the edge of the boat, you can spy a man in a white shirt what appears to be a Mohawk style haircut. This is incredible. Like all these pictures from way back when, and they just don't know like what's going on. Here's that Jimmy Fallon one again. So like these, oh God, okay, these go on forever. So yeah, man, what's your take on this? Do you think it's possible?
Like I feel like we need like Neil deGrasse on this like podcast to kind of explain the lowdown of like what time travel can be like, or like what the physics around that is, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But because I can't explain that, I guarantee that. But I don't know. I feel like it's a weird concept. You know, it's just those things where, you know, those fantasies and fascinations
Right.
around how this universe works.
Right.
Because you can never answer everything, and it feels like, does this like thing exist? Like, are we able to go back to time? Like let's pose it in terms of this question. Like, in terms of time travel, like if you know that red pill versus blue pill thing.
Right.
If you're like 15 years younger or something and had the knowledge that you had today, or you're 40 and you have $100 million,
Yeah.
which one would you pick?
Right.
Right. So
Right.
it's like going forward, backward, like kind of thing. Or even if you've probably thought of like, hey man, I wish I was like 20 and I made this decision, or I bought Tesla last year, or
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something along those lines, right? Like you probably thought of that.
I probably would have bought like I would have took out a mortgage and bought GameStop, you know?
Bro, like that's what I mean. Like, it's just like you wish. Like there's this, it's just this sense that I think like, it might exist, and who knows, like these guys at Area 51, who the hell knows what they're working on and stuff like that. There's probably, I mean, there's stories of like people doing this.
Right.
And there's I think there's like some ancient story in like Egyptian times or something along those lines,
Yeah.
where they talk about time travel. And it's weird, I guess, because like that's a weird society where they've actually been, there's a lot of hieroglyphics connected to aliens and
Right.
weird things.
Yeah.
So who knows? Like these aliens might have like something that allows you to time travel, but
Yeah, I think one of the biggest like conspiracies with aliens and like ancient history is, and you brought this up a few days ago, was the pyramids, right? Like, there's a
yeah.
whole like who built the pyramid? How did they manage all these? This.
Yeah. So you want to hear something wild?
Yeah.
So I think this came out of like from a group of engineers, and basically what they said is, with the modern tools that we have today,
Right.
it would take approximately 5 years and 2,000 skilled individuals to make those same pyramids. And we're talking about like the 1400s, where none of this stuff exists,
Yeah.
and they created these things. Like, so still today, when we think of like
All the tech that we have.
all the tech we have, how the engineers still today don't understand how they created these pyramids. Like they have no idea, like, how did they do this without like some real out there technology to help them build that.
And every movie just shows like people and horses and right, like every movie depiction of it is like, oh yeah, we just built it with animals and people, and it's like, dude, how many people and how many animals? Like, what?
Bro, how the hell is like people gonna be carrying these giant ass rock bricks up? Like I don't know how big the pyramids are in terms of length.
Right.
Bro, you're killing these mans.
That's insane. And listen, I understand they probably had the human capital, because around that time is when they were, abusing slaves at a ridiculous scale. But even with that, like, that's just human capital. And we're talking about with the tech that we have, it would still take 2,000 people or whatever that is. So it's like, that does not make any sense at all. That makes zero sense.
It's wild. I don't know how that is.
So I don't know, man. I think you know what bugs me about all of this? Like, it's all fun and games to like, talk about this and shoot the shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, if there is convincing evidence that, there's no such thing as aliens, there's no such thing as UFOs, time travel can't be done, whatever. If there is convincing evidence for that, then why don't we invest into these, important, intriguing discussions, and like into similar to how we invest into celebrities and things like that, society pushes you to question all these things, and they make you look stupid when you talk about this stuff. But it's like,
I feel like it's also the thing that where like government still wants control over things,
right?
You know what I mean? And they don't want to expose too many secrets. Like, to a point, like if we were to like make these advances and have some like really out there technology, like, let's face it, there's a lot of idiots out there, and they had access to this type of technology. Bro, come on.
Here's where I agree and disagree, right? I agree with time traveling, because if we let mass like time traveling be okay at mass scale, like, people will mess shit up, like 100% no, like, someone would bring back Hitler from the dead or some crazy stuff like that. I know, but when it comes to aliens and stuff, we could use that technology. if it's viable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we
Bro,
thought
I'll bring
Tesla
it
was
back.
crazy.
I'll bring it back a dinosaur and shit. You know.
Yeah. Nah, this is why we can't have nice things, bro.